We're serving up a winner for breakfast, lunch, or dinner on our cooking show. The cooking show, it's the cooking show. Cooking, everybody's looking. Cooking show, it's our cooking show.
Today I'm making a ribeye stew in my crock pot. This is the first time doing it. Usually when I come up with a recipe, I think about it in my head and then I execute it. So I've been thinking about this for a while. I don't like using cheap cuts of meat for stew. Like if you're gonna make a beef stew, a lot of people will go for chuck and stuff like that. Go for your favorite beef. If your favorite beef is porterhouse, grab yourself a porterhouse. Grab yourself, because you got the filet and you got the strip. Throw that in there. If your favorite meat is ribeye, get that. If your favorite meat is chuck, throw that in. But you should throw your favorite meats in. Ribeye is one of the best steaks out there, in my opinion. So I'm going to take these 3 ribeyes. It's about almost 3 pounds worth of meat. I'm going to chop that up in little bits to start, and I'm going to throw that in there. And then I'll add the rest of the stuff. So there's all the ribeye chopped up. This one's the bone that I took out because a couple of them were bone in, but only one of them actually had a bone. So there's ribeye chopped up. And now I'm going to cut up the rest of the vegetables and I'll add this up. Before I do that, I'm going to coat this with a little bit of olive oil. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in the bottom of the crock pot, and I'm going to use Big T's special seasoning on the steak. Okay, here it is. It's ready to be cooked. So I got steak, some seasoning. I put 2 onions in there because the onions are really going to cook down. Some Brussels sprouts, some asparagus, and I have some potatoes that I'm going to put in there later because obviously this has to cook down some, and I'm going to cook it for 8 hours. You don't need to cook the potatoes for 8 hours. So I'm going to cook it on low for 8 hours. About halfway through, I'm going to put the potatoes in and finish off the cook, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Peace. Oh, I also threw some baby bell mushrooms in there, so there's mushrooms in there too. So mushrooms, onions, asparagus, and Brussels sprouts. Okay, this is about 3 hours in. I mixed it up a little bit, just to mix it up, get all those seasons evenly dispersed and everything. And I will continue to cook. This is 6 hours into the cooking. I'm going to mix it up just a little bit. It smells really, really good. And with all those juices and seasonings and fat and flavor together. Notice how much it's cooked down since earlier. You can do anything in a crock pot. There's a ton of juice in there from all the vegetables and the meat. So I'm going to take that juice and I'm going to turn it into a gravy. So mix that up. And I'm going to pour some potatoes in it. Okay, I've got a bunch of tiny tomatoes. And put it in here. I'll mix those in. And let those cook. They'll get really soft. And then I'll make the good. I meant potatoes. My producer said I said tomatoes. I bet you I really said potatoes and she's fucking with me. Anyway, there's the tiny potatoes. And they'll mix in there and they'll get soft. And I will make the roux. Then make a ribeye beef gravy. And I'll pour it all over this. I'm going to make the roux by using the juice that's in the bottom of this pan. If you look, there's a ton of juice in there. It's all good stuff. I'm going to turn that to a gravy. And then dinner will be ready. So lastly, I took all that stock, all those juices out of the crock pot and mixed them with the roux, which is just butter, melted butter and flour, to make a gravy. So here's my gravy. It's nice and thick now. Just running it on a low heat. And then what I'll do is I'll put it in here. See down there, you see all that juice? That's what I use for the stock. I mean for the gravy base. So I'll pour the gravy in here, mix it all up, and then my ribeye stew will be done.